Aye. Okay, at this time, I'm going to call the Board of Aldermen special meeting agenda to order. Please rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States,
the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the public portion. Anyone here wishing to address the board for the public may do so. Please state your name and address for the record. If you're virtual, if not, in person at the podium. Hearing no one from the public, we'll move on to minutes for approval. Is item 1.1, the Board of Aldermen special meeting of September 9th, 2021. You want to do a roll call? No. I'll entertain a motion to that effect.
You're out of order.
Come on, John.
Move to waive the reading and approve the Board of Aldermen special meeting September 9th, 2021 minutes.
Second.
Motion is made to second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries, passes unanimously. Item number 5.1, Finance Committee, there are no items. 5.2, Public Health and Safety Committee, there are no items. 5.3, Street Committee, there are no items. I have no report.
I have no report except that I'll reiterate once again for the record, you have to have a roll call. Somebody.
Why do you have to have a roll call?
It's required.
For 28 years, we've never had a roll call.
Yes, we always have a
No,
roll
we
call.
never had a roll
We
call.
always do a roll call. We have a roll call every meeting. It's
Okay, well,
required.
you know what? I'm not doing a roll call, so let's move on to the next item. Item number 6 is legal report 6.1 Corporation Council building.
I move to authorize a total payment of $3,018.75 to Corporation Counsel to Doshio Stanek LLC for services rendered per statement dated October 1st, 2021, with funds to come from the legal fees account. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously.
What was the vote? Is it 5-1, 7-1,
It's
6 no?
It's 7-0.
7-0.
Yes.
Okay, so that means we got 7 people to be.
Correct. There's 6 sitting here at the table and 1 on the line.
So somebody is absent, okay. You just don't know who. Absent from the meeting.
Item 6.2 is the Assistant Corporation Council billing.
I move to authorize a total payment of $1,633.50 to Assistant Corporation Counsel Thomas Galvin Connor for services rendered for statements dated October 5th, 2021, with funds to come from the legal fees account. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion passes unanimously, 7-0. Item 7.1 legislative old, there are no items. Item 8 financial business old, there are no items. Item number 9 financial business new is 9.1 October statutory refunds.
Move that the report of the tax collector relative to the refund of taxes for a total amount of $12,493.56 be approved, and that the finance director be directed to make payments in accordance with the certified list received from the tax collector, with funds to come from the statutory refunds account. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion passes unanimously 7-0. Item 9.2 is Housing Rehabilitation Specialist Agreement.
Move to approve the agreement between the City of Shelton and Signal Rock Consulting for housing rehabilitation specialist services in conjunction with the city's housing rehabilitation program, which such agreement extends for a period of 3 years. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and second. Is there discussion? Anybody have any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion passes unanimously 7-0. Okay, Paul, I guess you can go.
All right.
Your dinner is waiting.
Yeah, enjoy your evening.
Take care, Paul. Paul. Thank you.
Item 9.3, funding for the body dashboard cameras for the police department. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to ask Kevin Stratton and Bob Kozlowski from the Shelton Police Department to come to the podium, give us a brief description of what the request is and why.
Good evening, everybody. So as we all know, with the police accountability bill that just got passed, they're mandating all municipalities, police departments to have the body worn cameras and the in-cruiser cameras, which unfortunately is going to be unfunded. This has to be in place by July 1st of next year. There is grant money, state grant money, which is available. However, the equipment has to be purchased, got to be signed before December 31st of this year to get that money. I think there was approximately about $4 million in general obligation bonds from the OPM providing this grant money. And the way it kind of works is,
This is for the entire state, 4 million.
correct. I did speak to Mark Pelican today. He's the Undersecretary for Criminal Justice Policy and Planning. He said there is still a considerable amount of money left in that pot. So the way it would work is, this is, the contract is broken down to a 5-year contract. I think you all saw the 132 pages. I don't know if nobody read the whole thing. The way it works is we would receive up to 30% of year 1 costs, which would normally include body worn cameras, docking stations, accessories, and the year 1 payment for license and storage. So we kind of spoke with Axon, and it looked like we were trying to get, find the most cost-effective way to do this. So we kind of front-loaded year 1 so we could take advantage of that 30%. So the most recent one, which you guys should have a copy of, would be $130,000 for year 1, and then the remaining years 2 through 5 would be $42,000 a year. With that being said, 30% of the 130 is roughly about $40,000. So that year 1 would probably cost us about $90,000. And then for the remaining years, it'd be 30% of just the hardware. And I think it was right here. 30% of the hardware for that would be $4,000 a year. So for years 2 through 5, we get $16,000 total back. Total of the $56,000 out of the $300,000 total quote for the 5-year project. One of the reasons why we went with Axon is month 30 and month 60, they do a refresh, which means we get brand new hardware, any updates and stuff like that. So the contract, which we'll probably need to renew it or however it's going to work, it's going to be more grant money, but at least starting off at the end of the 5 years, we have brand new equipment and what have you. So we kind of thought that was a good idea to go with Axon. What else?
Plus, they have they're a seasoned company with experience in body cameras and things of the like.
Correct. Our justification for going with Axon too, it was the second lowest bidder. Taser, which we carry the Taser, is universal with Axon. So in the future, if we wanted to have our Taser holsters activated, as soon as they pull them out, it would activate and work with the Axon camera. The other company was from Michigan. It was a little bit lower at $270,000, but it's not, it hasn't been tried and trusted here in Connecticut. And it's a newer company when it comes to the police body worn camera. So we thought it would be a good idea just to kind of go with Axon. That's a trusted company. all over the world and all over the state of Connecticut.
We also went with cloud-based storage, but we do own the rights. So the city of Shelton owns the rights to all the videos. So after the 5 years, if we decided to go to another company, we would get those videos back. So there won't be any issues with that. And so we made sure we had that in place. So even though it is on a cloud-based storage, it is owned, all the properties owned by the city of Shelton.
How does the state determine how much a municipality receives in the grant money? How's that
It's up
calculated?
to 30%. It'd be 50% for communities or towns that are struggling. And they have a list of that. And unfortunately, Shelton wasn't one that would be
We're
able to
not.
get 50%. So it's 30.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah, true. So it's, I guess basically, once we pay for the Axon contract, there's an application process which we submit up to OPM, and then I guess they put it in front of the bond commission for approval. So it's up to 30%, money to get back. There was a caveat to it. It says anybody want cameras and storage devices for contracts procured with federal asset forfeiture funds, bond funds, federal grant funds, private contribution, or private foundation funds are not eligible for reimbursement on this program. So it's just, it comes down to the contract for locally budgeted operating funds that we would have to use in order to take part in that grant.
So the funding structure that we're gonna follow right now is that we will upfront the amount of
131,000.
131,000, and then going forward for the next 4 years, the balance will be a line item in the police department budget.
So the licensure, is it just for the software or is it per user?
It's per user.
Anybody else?
Could you,
If I may, who's gonna go for the grant? Do you do it or do we have it in-house here?
Already have the application done. So once we have all the, there's a whole application process and spreadsheet.
So you're good with it, okay? And my
To
second,
to answer your question, the city always applies for any grant that the state is offering. They don't go to individuals or specific departments.
okay, I just wanted, it was gonna actually be, who's gonna actually do it, I guess, is my question.
could you
Thank
just make a summary for our clerk, she isn't here tonight, of the cost structure, just, that you just explained, just put it in this structure form and so she can get it in the minutes.
We have a one-page
Yeah.
paper we can include.
Okay,
So
so
how long before you would get the equipment, you would start using it? Before July or wait till July?
Under the plan, if this gets signed out, we're gonna be to go way before July, because there's gonna be some training, some other costs, but we're on pace probably for the spring to have this fully implemented.
How many units are you purchasing?
we are purchasing 50 body worn camera units
50.
and 20 in-car cruiser cameras.
Okay, will the officers who are working like an electrical job outside on the road, they have a camera also or no?
So under the definition,
Private
if they're working a private duty job, we check with the state, they're not required to be wearing the body worn cameras.
They automatically go on or they're on all the time?
They're set to trigger on certain events. So for instance, if an officer is driving in their car with the lights and sirens, they trigger on. Otherwise, they have to hit the button to hit record, but there's also options that we could look to in the future where, for instance, if an officer draws his taser or his gun, the body worn camera would automatically trigger and go on. So there are those options available in the future.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, so then an appropriate motion for this would be moved to approve the contract with Axion for the body dashboard cameras for the police department, and also appropriate in the amount of
131.
Your one cost will be 131,712.
131,712 funding to come from automatic bonding.
131,000.
712,
and 27 cents.
77.
27 cents.
And the total cost for the 5 years was $300,240.30.
Well, the minutes will reflect that one-page sheet that you have that summarizes all of the costs.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to that effect.
So moved. Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, just to add to it, to authorize you to sign and carry out to effectuate what needs to be done. That's the usual clause we put in for any contract.
I think that would be in the form of an amendment at this point.
I'll make that
No,
motion.
no,
Wouldn't you agree, Fran? Be a form of amendment?
no, it wouldn't have, I don't think it would have to be an amendment, because we're structuring the motion. And I think that's what we're doing. I don't think that we placed the motion on the floor yet. We're structuring.
No, we did.
We did?
Yeah. So your amendment would be in order. So you move to amend the
So moved.
motion.
Yes.
That would include allowing the mayor to, and corporation council to effectuate any documents necessary. And is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Simons. Okay, is there any discussion on the amendment? Okay, now we'll vote on the amendment. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, now we'll vote on the motion as amended. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Hearing none opposed, motion passes 7-0. Okay,
Thank you.
item 9.
Thank you.
Thank you.
9.4 is funding for the repairs to ladder 47, fire department.
Move to authorize an amount of $38,359 for the repairs to 2014 KME aerial CAT ladder 47, with funding to come from automatic bonding pursuant to section 7.16 of the city charter. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Discussion, but before you get, I'm gonna ask Fran to come up here and just give us a brief discussion, a description of the repair.
Thank you. So the truck is a 2014 ladder truck. It's about 7 years old. The brief description, the repair is the stabilizers that are used to hold the ladder up when we're using the aerial device itself. They needed repair, and then the water pipe that delivers the water out of the top of the ladder is being replaced. So the truck's been used numerous times over the past 7 years. It's more than routine maintenance that had to be completed to the truck. So that's why we're coming before the board to ask for the special appropriation. So the truck's worth about $923,000. So it's it may seem expensive, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think, and Fran, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that we've had a repair of this magnitude for any of those vehicles that we've bought in the 7 years.
We haven't. This is one of those one-off occurrences that sometimes happens. So
Where's your truck housed?
it's housed at company board, Pine Rock. Yeah, these vehicles, they're tested annually for ladder testing, pump testing, or DOT testing. So it wouldn't pass the test in its current state. So we have to kind of make the repairs.
And there's parts are available whenever you do this.
Correct, the parts are available. It's been out of service for about 4, 5, 6 weeks now because of the whole delivery of parts. So the vendors we're using are local Connecticut vendors, they're big vendors that we have already gone out to bid for.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Okay, item 9.5 is the Homeland Security Grant Authorization 2021.
Be hereby resolved that the Board of Aldermen may enter into with and deliver to the State of Connecticut Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection Division of Emergency Management and Homeland Security any and all documents which it deems to be necessary or appropriate, and further be it resolved that Mayor Mark Angeretti, as mayor of the city of Shelton, is authorized and directed to execute and deliver any and all documents on behalf of the city of Shelton, and to do and perform all acts and things he deems to be necessary or appropriate to carry out the terms of such documents, including but not limited to executing and delivering all agreements and documents contemplated by such documents.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Is there any discussion?
This is like the 5th year we're doing this. It's an annual occasion. And it's been mumbo jumbo for 15 years and it continues to be mumbo jumbo.
Anybody else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 7-0. There are no items from legislative new, so at this time I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session
So moved.
and ask that Assistant Corporation Counsel join us. Fran, do you need to be in there?
Second.
I gotta be here for the last.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So inviting both counsel and assistant counsel.
Tom, we're all set. I don't think anybody's gonna come in. Dan, you got the mics off?